Welcome, guys, to another episode of Avengers in Trading. Today, we're going to be reviewing Draftkings and a few other sports gambling sites such as Penn and Betz. If there's any other ones that you want me to review, let me know. But let's look at Draftkings, or for now, we will call them Crapkings because they have not been positive in a while. They've been on a heavy downtrend. And I bought the bounce right here. But they still pulled back. So I'm really afraid that it's not holding. So the only reason why I came in or added into this area is because of this old area right here. So back in July of 2020, this is where it had a big bounce, So right there. So right there of July 2020, and right now the current level is at $30. So it did bounce at 28 right there. So as you can see here, if I don't circle this, yeah, so right here it hit right around the same area and it bounced. So that's what I'm hoping for, that it actually holds. If it doesn't hold, then goodness, I don't know how much more of a drop we can handle, because let's go ahead and measure from the bottom up here, or the top up. This is a 4-hour time frames, okay? So, and I always draw vertical lines of where things might have crossed downwards, because sometimes you can swing those, whether you're shorting or going long, So, let's see here. So, yeah, so from top to bottom, from here, all-time highs, let's see how much is dropped already. So we are down 61%. So honestly, maybe the 70% is what they're looking for. Who knows? But if it's 70%, then it will be right around here, around $21. Gosh, I don't really want to see $21. Part of me wouldn't mind seeing $21 because it's cheaper. But as far as me just buying the dip right here, I don't want to see it go down to $21, because that's just really bad news for them. So yeah, you can completely see it's just downwards, and I don't see an end in sight. So the only thing you do is dollar cost average your way down, or if you feel like you finally see a true reversal. But this bounce was really nice, but is it going to hold? So that's going to be the question right there. So I'm going to change this yellow right here to more pink, just so we can clearly see, it bounced in July 2020, right around there too. So it's been over a year now, and it's finally back down to that level. If this does not hold, then then the next area is around the 19 to 21 area. Just be aware of that, because it's a free fall after that, because the way it ran up right here, this needs to be support. If it doesn't hold, then this thing's gonna free fall all the way down to like between $20 and $22. So just be aware. The only thing I was not aware of is maybe some bad news, maybe that they've been losing money or they have not been profitable. So that's the only part I have not been following, is the fundamentals. But the technicals, it's been negative. Look at the crossover right here on the 4-hour. It's been negative since September 15th. So since September 15th, it has not crossed back up yet. So even that, and the one day it hit September 21st, right around that area, to show negative. So yeah, it has not been good news, guys. And on the 4-hour, I think I jumped in a little prematurely. I really needed probably to see another bounce or whatever. But I need the 4-hour to cross up officially. If this can somehow cross up above the 0 line, then maybe I would feel a little bit better. But for now, this could free fall to like, $20 to $22, just FYI, if this does not hold support. So just be aware of that. Yeah, of course, it could chop around sideways for a while, tease you thinking that it's going to be a reversal, and then drop down heavily. Or it could chop around sideways like this and then finally move up. So just be aware that it could go like something like this, like chop around, tease you, and then finally move up, or it could go, similar to that, go around like this and then break downwards. So just be aware that we are in this critical area right now, whether it either wants to break up by holding the support, or it wants to break down by totally breaking the old support from July 2020. So just be aware of the move. But I don't see anything else going on with this right now other than negative. If you want to dollar cost average your way through, that's your own strategy. Everybody has their own strategy and everybody can win. But right now the bears are totally in control. The bears have been winning, and the bears have been making a lot of money off of this drops. So but anyways, let's look at Penn. Let's see what's going on with Penn here. All right, Penn has been dropping crazy too. Oh my gosh, look at that. So it's been dropping like a rock as well. So it hit negative right around October 26th. Right around there. Let's draw a vertical line. It's always good to draw this vertical line between the oscillators just to see where things might have shifted or maybe changed. So it's always good to have these kind of visuals so you can kind of see it. And you clearly see we're under the EMA line right here. It totally got rejected and just dropped down heavily right after that. So it hit negative right there on the daily, right there. And it gave us this sympathy bounce right around here, and then it crossed right back down. So yeah, a little sympathy bounce on the daily, and then after that it ended up failing. So if you were just watching this like a hawk and seeing the daily like gradually get weaker and weaker and weaker, this cross down would have been amazing for you. You would have caught it right a couple of days right before the big drop. So let's see how much of a percentage you would have gotten if you did like a put or a short on there, so let's see. So if you caught this on the big short, like right here when it crossed back down, let's see what kind of percentage you would have gotten. It would have been an amazing call. I mean, usually the 1 day is a little bit too late to enter, but this one caught it perfect. Yeah, you would have had like a 30 to 35% drop. That would have been crazy. Imagine making 30% in within under a month. Maybe like a 2 or 3 week span right there. That's pretty good. But you can clearly see there has been no real sign of a reversal yet. This has teased us a little bit, but just remember, I would rather wait for a true confirmation above the EMA line and totally crossing up officially. But this has not officially crossed up yet. This just teased us. This one has crossed up a little bit, but I think it could drop some more. So just be aware. I'm calling this overall everything that's been going on, the great bleed session. So instead of the Great Recession, I'm calling it the Great Bleed Session, because they've been bleeding us. Instead of like completely crashing it on us, they just been gradually bleeding us to death. Every time they hold the lines, making it feel like it's going to be reversing, like this area right here, and then they just end up dropping it like a rock. And then this is going to chop around sideways, and then next thing you know, they're going to drop it like a rock on us. They're just going to gradually bleed us to death. And then when they bring it down to really like good levels and really low levels, the pros are going to be scooping it up, and we're going to be tapped out. And the only thing we're going to be doing is just bag holding and hoping that it goes back up to these levels again, so we can break even or get some of our money back. So that's how they're going to play us right there. That's what I noticed what they've been doing. So just be careful out there, guys. It just seems like they're just going to bleed us to death, But anyways, let's look at Betz here. Betz, look at that. Oh my gosh, nasty. So on the 4-hour, October 29th, it has been bearish ever since, So we draw that line right there so we can completely visually see that, hey, we did cross over on the 4-hour. We did fail right here, right here, yeah, on the 1 day as well. So on 1 day showed total weakness. because look at the, look at this divergence thing right here. This convergence is just getting weaker. So there's so many signs that was showing weakness. This hill compared to this hill was just getting weaker. They couldn't buy it up anymore. They couldn't scoop it up anymore. And next thing you know, from this level right here, it dropped down like a rock. So I would not trust this area right now. Let's see if there's any old support that we can use as reference. Yeah, this one looks like free fall, guys. The next area of support might be around here. I know you guys don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear where the previous level of support is at, especially in this situation, because it looks like it's been free falling, totally free falling right around there, So anywhere between $22 and $19, right around there. So are we getting close to it? Oh yeah, we are. It dropped. It hit here around 23 and it bounced. So it does not mean a reversal. We're not above the EMA line yet. The 4 hour has not officially crossed up, but just be aware that it could be a sympathy bounce right here and then end up dropping on us again. So just be aware that this might be the area that it could be dropping down to before they really reverse it on us. Only after they drop us like a rock, only after we've been losing and bag holding and bag adding, trying to dollar cost average our way through. So just be aware of where Betz is at right now. I would really want something like above the EMA line like this, and that way let it run like that, but right now it just does not look like it. And this, overall has been choppy anyways. It's been playing inside this EMA line. I think maybe because it's been so new that they don't have enough data to really build any kind of true EMA line. So I really need to change the number of days on the EMA for this thing to really show if it's bearish or bullish, because they don't have enough data for us to pull from. But anyways, you can clearly see that we're below. When we hit above, that's when it's gonna maybe do some kind of good bounce, and then that way I can scalp the bounce. But as far as like playing it long term, I'm not sure right now. It just has not shown a good sign of reversal. But anyways, the 4 hour and 1 day is what you need to be looking for. Usually 4 hour can catch things, but 1 day usually, is usually delayed, or is usually kind of a little bit too late sometimes. But sometimes you can catch it right at the right time. Like this one, you could have caught it at the right time, from $30 all the way down to $23. You could have shorted that. That would have been beautiful, But anyways, that's all I have for you. Catch you next time.